And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Whiskerwood, in our city building with mice. We're in fall of year 5 here, I believe. Trying to get steam going, so we can do steam instead of having just little heating stoves all over the place to keep people warm. Boiler is going. They're making steam. Take a while for the steam system to fill up, apparently. Well, hopefully that works in reverse as well. It takes a while for it to empty out when you're using it. Do smokehouses over there. I think that's the other polluting industry besides the sifting towers we've got bouncing around. We got 5 smokehouses. We're out of mushrooms. Okay. Oh, the bakeries, if we ever get bakeries, are going to make pollution as well. Okay, let's do the beginning of moving the smokeries over. Okay, like that. We can put 5 of those in. And then as these get built, we can disassemble the old ones so that they all get moved over into one place. Tomorrow... Okay, so it's 2 days away for the Whisker ship, so I'm not too worried about spending all our approval making trinkets right now. Not bad. A little worried this isn't going fast enough. I'm going to try getting a couple more research labs and seeing if that helps with our speed. So we've got a bunch of construction workers, and assuming we've got enough educated people, we can get a lot more running. Suppose I could check that. So construction workers who are educated. About 3 spare ones, so we can increase the construction a little bit, or the research a little bit. Not really paying too much of a bill. Ship the trinkets. And that cotton. There we go. supply ship. Yep, we're gonna go with the medium one again. The food's always nice. Although, there is definitely going to be... I can foresee a potential future where the food is not good enough. Bathhouse. Okay, I'm definitely on board with just taking that. And then we'll do the bread. Require water and steam. Both at the back, okay. You would fit there, okay. So let's demolish you and replace you with the bathhouse. Oh, which was the 2 ports where... Okay. Water was the second one. Okay, so that should connect. And if I can, I probably want to run the steam along the top. The plumbing a little sensible. Okay. That should attach the bathhouse here off the water system and the steam system. Okay. Mine still has more stuff to mine. So we'll keep mining. We're a little low on copper. Well, I know I'm low on copper. I just did a big pipe run. We'll swap one of the bronze locations over to copper temporarily. Now look at this. Copper bar is coming quicker. Okay, those are all in. One, two, three. Smokers. Look, another smoker over here. We'll leave the... No, I think we'll leave that one as well. Yeah. Built 5, so we can have the 5 all moved. We'll change this first one specifically to fish skewers. The rest we'll leave on normal. We've got a bunch of craft masters, which is not quite what we want for these jobs, but we'll have to do. Here we go. So, we'll want to build warehouses over here, much like we did for the industry over here. I may want to do it like I did with the, lumber over here, where I do, like, double story. Well, I suppose the build's already come in on the second story, right? So, okay, I think that'll be fine as is. We'll work with that. And then you do want to disable inputs on these right away. One wants to be outbound, one wants to be inbound, is basically the way we want to work that. Oh, those are research labs. I forgot we need to design the researchers. There we go. So we've got half a full to complete steam radiator, which is only a quarter of the way done, so that might be a hard succeed. Oh, I maybe don't need that one anymore. Right, we wanted that one out of the way. That's why I built the extra houses last time I built houses. That way there's nothing blocking our path here. And we still have space to put the carpenter over here when we get around to that. We need to research the thing I'm going to build in the carpenter before I build it. Otherwise, it's going to be like this one where it's most of the time just sitting empty, not doing anything. Day 139. Getting just short of 1,000 approval. 955. So well, so it's not that close. It's closer to 950 than it is to 1,000. We're getting whiskers today, so I should turn off. Getting quite a few whiskers in the next couple days. I should turn the crickets off for the moment. Ship has arrived. The smuggler. We'll smuggle some cloaks. We'll smuggle some fuel. Smuggle some rope. Not getting a lot. We're only getting 5 bars here, but 5 bars is better than nothing. Yeah, we're definitely feeding people fish. I'm struggling a little bit with trying to get higher quality food going. Probably because I'm just not trying hard enough with the mushrooms. Supply ship. Again, we're gonna go second option. We're working with the rockiness. reduce that down. Fertilizer is improving the nutrients here. So crop fertility should be 108%. It might also just be overloading the amount of work the workers can do here. Might be the other thing that's going on. Especially if the goal is to de-rock the field, I suppose. Here's the Whisker ship. Apprentice Can Smell would be real nice for farming type, but there's actually no farmers in this batch except for this low optimist. I'm gonna take one of our rules. We got 16 right now. Can't smell considerate. It's nice. There we go. So you, we're gonna say you want mushrooms and fish. It's over here. Fish, mushrooms. When you get like 150. Of both. And the other one's gonna be the smoked and fish skewer of storage. Smoked fish skewer. Let's start the process of upgrading you as well. I'm gonna demolish you. I'm gonna make that a bathhouse as well. Service bathhouse. Okay. Next would be the steam line. Okay, should be connected. Should provide improved bathing over here. And we need to move the bathing over here, and then the bathing over here. And then, obviously, at some point we want to do the steam radiators everywhere. Although I'm suspecting more and more that we will not get that complete. I counted the wrong one. more and more we won't get that complete. You know, actually, still take the triggers off before winter arrives. In which case, I might have to rush to get some eating going in some places. Idle camp. Well, over here we'll do an extend on this one, if there is an extend worth doing. No, I think that one is about to be out. If that's the case, that's fine. We'll just move it someplace else. Did we get the bathhouse completed in time? No. Everything delivered, but the bathhouse not completed. Okay. Tomorrow is the tax collector ship, which is definitely not a problem. We have more than enough to pay in just gold. Tax collector shows up, is like, here's your gold, and we can make them leave. If we really wanted them gone that badly. There we go. Bathhouse complete. That's the mining camp officially recognizing that it is empty. Okay. Okay. How do I want to do this? Because I do actually kind of want it to go into the hill there. As confused as the game is being about that. We'll see if that works. I suspect it won't. If it doesn't, we'll have to build a platform to get up to the second story. At some point there'll be Navian ships, apparently. Not in the game yet. I wonder what the fertility is over there. Obviously not my ships. Go do cotton. Okay for wheat. Probably better for trees or cotton than wheat. Pretty good for flax, actually. Looking more flax land. Although really, food-wise, surface food, we're looking wheat at the moment. Well, this is not too bad for wheat. There's a couple bad spots, but... Okay, let's disassemble you. Place you with the bathhouse. Service. Bathhouse. Yeah, you don't need to do what I'm doing, which is putting it on the coastal area. I'm putting on the coastal area just because we've already got our stuff on the coast. So the ones I'm replacing, the existing ones I'm replacing are coastal. We'll check where which pipe goes where. The water one should automatically be connected based on how I set it up, but I need to take a slight detour at the steam. Like so. That one won't be done today, so there won't be a bathing spot there, but that's fine. We got that one, and we still have the old bathing spot over here. Honestly, I don't know necessarily how many whiskers that each of those support. As a go of storage, I could imagine something like 55 a night. So we probably only need like the 4. So they can get adequate access to it. Tomorrow is a Whisker ship. The day after that's a Whisker ship as well. And then I think the day after that is probably the last X ship. Luxurious housing is what most people are happy about. Food. 109 appreciate the dining halls. Only 27 are appreciating the bath. Four people did not get to food. 35 people wanted better than raw food. Oh, particularly probably the Farmers Guild. So the 35 farmers did not eat their fancy food. Yes, okay. Tax collector arrives. Once again, take all the trinkets. And I start just shoving cotton at you. Go. There's the Whisker ship. Slow we're not going to take. Swift's a little bit tempting because it's just move speed. But I don't need the people that badly. I don't need this many gifted teachers, I think. Ready to reroll, otherwise I would have taken you. Okay, I can work with this. That's two good ones. Two good farmers. Refuse the rest. Surprisingly, I don't have as much of a problem with iron as I do with copper. Going to winter, although apparently we're easily hitting our 500 fuel stockpile, so I'm gonna do a reroll here. What I'm hoping to hit is something that gives me like food, like the bread and copper. Copper iron bars is not too bad. Sure, let's take these ones. Also reminds me, you. Person in charge of making sure we don't make way too many of things. Steel bar, or not steel bars, iron bars. We need a lot of those, but we don't need that many more. I realize we're up to 540. And while we'll be needing them for all the steel pipe, or all the piping, every pipe is an iron bar. I don't think we need that many right now. And the temperature's fallen enough that all the fires have come online, so we've definitely haven't hit the ideal target, which would have been to get this going, get the steam radiators going before we needed the warmth. Camp is idle. This one. This one probably is out of good places to mine. Nope, no. Tin keeps going into the bottom, into the hillside. Works. No, you didn't have. I was worried you weren't going to be able to get to where we wanted you. That apparently was not a well-founded fear. I don't have an easy way to prioritize, I'm going to prioritize, clear those two over, and move it a little bit more. Yes, we got 3 of the bathhouses in. I'd like to do the 4th, but we don't have the copper for it right now. He's safe with the copper. I decided to not all my miners. That was not what I meant to do. One of the situations where there is overlapping hotkeys that differ between modes. Okay, so you want to move to a different mining spot. Get some rock salt there. Probably gonna go after that rock salt. So I'm gonna carve into the hillside there for the tin. Yeah, let's go for the rock salt first. Like so. And yeah, in theory, we can make these bathhouses better by delivering soap. Soap is basically +1 bathing quality. We'll take them from 3 to 4. Which I think is as good as it gets. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get Steam Radiator before winter hits. It'll be a little tedious to transition mid-winter, I think. Oh, they actually block that next. Okay. Let's get some heating over there, because at this point I'm acknowledging that we're not getting the steam in before winter hits. Current blockade. We're just probably going to throw machinery at you. Actually, arguably got too much machinery. Here we go. Supply ship? Or no, the smuggler's next. Cloaks. We'll sell some fuel. Sell some ropes. Almost tempting to sell some cut stone, but I'm gonna resist that. We'll do some planks. Yeah, I think that's good. Do have one more task collected before winter sets in, which is tomorrow. Educated gifted teacher's strong shoulders. We'll take that because that's just a really nice one. I think that's all we're going to take. Infuse the rest. It does allow me to put a second educated person here. Get the research labs going just that a little bit faster. Yeah, still that one. Do you have like a shortage of copper or something? I might have a shortage of copper. That might be why we're not getting... Yeah, okay, I've got an actual shortage of copper. That's why the bronze is, or the copper is not flowing. So overflowing with it earlier, I was not assuming for it to run out. So overflowing with iron as well, but we only just started using the iron. Although apparently there's not much unprocessed on the island. There's only 145 in storage. Oh no, that's a tin. Oh yeah, a lot unprocessed. 400 something iron. The tender not reach that far? That's the heat stove. Tender does reach that far. Currently delivering. Fair enough. Suppose I can pave a little bit more of the roads. Thinking about, let's get those upgraded. Yeah, let's get these upgraded. Oh, I have a field there. That's what's going on. Yeah, okay, we'll go back to the steep stairs then. Or actually, I have a new banner too. There we go. And we'll want to do the same sort of here. We'll put a stone staircase in for quicker climbing. Where we can accept the long run. Should probably go for the stone staircases. Most of it is too vertical that we need to go for the normal one, the normal steep ones, but there is the odd place here and there where we can definitely go for the slightly less space efficient but faster transit time stairs. Where's the farmer that actually farms that bit? That farmer. So yeah, that shouldn't be interfering with your farm, or your farm. Shouldn't be a problem. Still getting, well, actually, not that many, actually. We're only getting 400-ish because the mild pollution's kicked in. Minus 550, 551. %, 10. Then tax collector. We'll give you the trinkets. We didn't make very many since the last time you were here. All the cotton up until we hit that point. There we go. I suppose we could go up the next tier trying fishing for ration meals, but I'm not that desperate for high quality food. Or the effects. Flyer has arrived. Once again, we're going to go for the medium option here for the extra clothing. Not very much hardtack on this batch, but that's fine. Copper bars is tempting. I think I'll actually take this one. One being offered this time. Copper bars, tailored cloaks. Mostly potash and iron ore on this island. Well, there does appear to be some copper. So let's dig down, we'll see if we get more copper. Oh, are we getting any more whisker ships? No, no more whisker ships. I don't need to save the approval for anything. Start. We're getting the usual winter equivalent of shoving all the approval into trinkets come spring. And we're definitely not keeping any positive stockpile of fish, which is interfering with the ability to make skewers. Although we are doing a better and better job of maintaining cooked food availability. Thinking about it, I should probably get... I'll have to remember at some point to check to see if this is actually getting... These are getting full. The ones farther away from our smoking facility may require more workers to fill them, to staff them. Day 144 has ended. Only 354 approval. Again, mild pollution being the biggest culprit here. 504 events of mild pollution, -1 each. Next thing coming up is bland food, and then apparently threadbare clothing. What I probably need to do is I probably just need to be producing more clothing and storing more clothing. And looking at the time, I should probably go ahead and put a part break in here. We'll probably be picking up next time in winter of year 5. We have... Was it only... I don't remember if we started in winter or we started in spring. Either way, we're going to be picking up next time. If you're watching on YouTube, obviously there should probably be a part up for you tomorrow if everything goes according to plan. If you're watching on Twitch, let's go and bring up the schedule. So tomorrow will be Terra Invicta. Everything going well. Possibly gonna go finish the stream up. I think we're arriving in Neptune, if I remember correctly. And then it's Neptune and the Oort Cloud, right? So there's basically 2 major locations we need to clear out. It's going to be a lot of fighting, and that's really going to be determining whether we finish or not in the next stream, is how quickly it takes to get through all the fighting. And obviously, if some of the fights go terribly, it'll be a setback, and we'll be waiting for ships to be built and shipped. But tomorrow is Terra Invicta. Sunday, I believe we're going to go ahead and start up Humankind. Monday, I forgot to update the schedule. Monday is going to be Shadow Empire, and then Tuesday will be Shadow Empire. That's the upcoming schedule. I need to remind myself to go update the schedule if you're watching on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, that's the stuff that should have been recorded over the last couple days. I do record this live to Twitch and the username Wookall, and then upload locally to YouTube. Upload the local recording to YouTube under the username Wookall100. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you've been enjoying, and you can't wait till the next part, feel free to hop over to Twitch. The VODs do stay up for 14 days after they get streamed. And if you've missed earlier parts, if you're watching on Twitch and you want to see some of the earlier parts, I record such that I record usually... Right now I'm doing a 4-game, 4-part, 4-night stream schedule. I'm going to rotate between 4 different games. As such, I also try to keep a little bit of a buffer in there for time for editing and uploading and such. In the descriptions. So if you're watching on Twitch, this last bit that we just recorded should be live on YouTube within 6 days. So basically anything older than 6 days should be fully uploaded to YouTube as far as streams are concerned. So if you're watching on Twitch and you want to see it in 1080p, 60 frames per second, most of the stuff I'm uploading in that sort of quality level where Twitch gets whatever the local internet can support at that time. So sometimes Twitch, like right now, is probably getting slightly reduced quality to make sure none of the frames get dropped on the upload, whereas YouTube is getting the 1080p. So yeah, if you've got any comments and you're watching live on Twitch, now's the time to leave them. I'll try to respond to them after I bring the recording to a close. If you're watching on YouTube and you've got anything you want to see, stat-wise in the game, feel free to let me know. I'm going to do a hard save as soon as I bring the recording to a close here. So I will be able to come back to this exact spot in the game, for example, and look at those stats for you. So yeah, with that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.